There we go. How is everybody today? Well, nobody's here yet, so. Let's see. Discord. Clips. That's probably why it was not showing properly earlier. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are page 2. We finished page 1 last time. As you can see, I've had to make some corrections for what the artist did, and they're not quite done in panel 3. Unfortunately, he had Canadian Shield a lot lower, and I didn't think that would show the space between them and the size of the Canadian Shield. I'm still not even sure with this that it does. I might once I get things done. I don't know. I still want them to be back a bit because they still seem to be a little too close in that panel. But unfortunately, at that point, you might not see the shield's head. So I don't know. Hey, Alpha. I stayed up too late. Yes. What were you doing that you stayed up too late? So I'm actually also going to bring something over for the first page here. Although I'll probably hide it. Okay, Control C. I was going to sleep, but someone was streaming drawing Ninja Turtles. Ah. Who was that? Then my brother got home from work and I talked to him. Well, that's always good. Okay. Oh, the box office artist. Oh, he's cool. Yeah. He was on last night. Normally he's on like in the morning. Like I think he said like about 5 to 8. He usually does the drawing, which would that'd be 4. He has a drawing every day. No, not Canadian time. He has 5 a.m. Eastern time. Canada has the same. Well, actually, Canada has one more time zone than you, than the States. So if I stay up to 4, I might get Jim starting. Yeah, sometimes I see him near the end. Sometimes I get in. Yeah. Okay, let me scale this. Okay, so I'm gonna take off keep aspect. Okay, I'm going to sleep now. I just wanted to say hi. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. Did you have you hit the like yet? Make sure you hit that like. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take that off for now. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so guess this is all going under here. Okay, so we're going above this. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so panel. One. Two. Renumbering these made some folders. One, two, three, pen four, five, and six. There we go. We have now 6 panels. Well, this is all for the coloring, of course. So now we need shield. I'm gonna do John, and then background. So we're gonna have John. CS, Canadian Shield. Background. Okay, so we got panel 4, all these elements. And panel 5, all these elements. And then Control C, I guess panel 3 and panel 6. Two of them. There we go. So just panel 2 is just John and background. Okay, so okay, so the background color for most of these should be the wall. So let's see. Let's get that wall color from page one. Okay, so okay, so there we go. There's background for panel one. We'll get the background in each of these panels. A background color, because I think that is just going to help separate the panels, of course, from there we go. Yes, it helps separate. Just that is helping to separate the from the background, or the gutter, the space in between, space outside the panel. Once I get this in here, we will see what it looks like with the red on it. Okay, so this last panel is going to be an interesting one. And now let's see what that looks like. There we go. It's going to be interesting when we get to that. Okay, so let's Let's get some more colors in here. Let's go through this and put in Canadian Shield red. So there is the Canadian Shield red. Actually, we probably should be putting in the white first. The Canadian Shield white. So we'll grab that. Because now that we have this other color, okay, there's a couple lines in that I need to. I'll probably take out. I was probably doing something because that was a little too round. Of course, I'm gonna have to come back over this to get the fine edges. Okay, so I'm gonna do the skin next. I'm not sure whether the skin should have been first or not. I might have to redo the skin because I think many people have said it does look a little too, say black, like a black guy. I'd ask to chat with it, thanks, but I don't think anybody's here to answer. Let's. I don't know. Let's see. Grab out. Six Nations person. Canadian. I keep getting this soccer team. Okay, so unfortunately, I type in Six Nations, and this is well, I won't say the only image, but one that I know is saying that. So let's grab some skin color from there. Not sure which one to go with. I'll go with that for now. So let's get some Canadian Shield red in here. Well, you know what, too? I need to put that coffee table in front of his legs here. Forgot all about that. And we'll grab the Canadian Shield white again. There we go. So hopefully between this week and next week I will Hey, Gable, how are you? Happy Friday. How is life for you this week? Okay, so we need the couch color from page 1. There we go. I'm about to start work so terrible for the next 8 hours. Well, work doesn't always have to be terrible. It depends on what you're doing, I guess, and how much you like it and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's see. Let's get John's skin color. Yeah, I gotta pay the bills. That's for sure. I know that. I'm a guy looking for work too. Got an interview actually later today. So that's, good. Well, actually, sort of got a couple interviews possible later today. So, okay, so let's grab this. I think I got the right color there. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not sure there's supposed to. Mustache or not, so, but we can correct that later on. Let's get John's shirt color for the scene. So definitely gotta get things tighter, but there is the first panel sort of colored. So we don't have to do too much with the background, but we do have to start off with getting John colored again. There, we will. Well, we'll probably have to do a little bit on his eyes too in that last panel. And then the last color. So panel 3. We'll start out with his skin color, and then we will. I think the suit should be coming up somewhere around here. Oh, I think I see the line right there. He really wants to give this artist, although wants to give him that chrome magnum head. Not really what I want. I might adjust that slightly because that ridge is way out there. It's not supposed to have such a pronounced ridge. I tried to, even when he was doing the last issue, I tried to have him not do that, so thing. Okay, and I still have to do his eye color in that, so, but I gotta refer to something else for his eye color. Okay, so panel 4 here. Okay, so there's some work I still have to do here. Obvious, I think obvious. Let's add some stuff here. Grab the skin color. Get that in. Grab the Canadian Shield White for a suit. Okay, so let's put the white for his eyes there. Come up here, grab the red. So yeah, I gotta work on this. Hopefully between this week and next week, we'll work on this panel. We'll also get in the thing. I'm not going to put in the white for the maple leaf yet, but that gives us an idea, I think, for the. How far along is Canadian Shield 3? Uh, there are 6 pages. It's a minimum of 6 pages drawn. I think he might have some of 7, 8, 9 done, because there's a crowd scene. Although I don't think he's worked on them like I want, because there's a crowd scene in a church that I'm going to be doing, selling spots for to be in the crowd. Um, but I need him to have a template up at least of the panel. Um, so I can show off. I'm not sure whether he might realize that or not. I'll have to talk to him later. But he's supposed to be doing the pages after the church at the moment. I've sent him a message a couple times, but I guess we could say it's not nowhere near as far along as I would like. Heck, probably if I was, since I'm in a better situation, I could probably do it now. Like, I had started it, and I'd gotten somewhere with it, but a lot of stuff happened. Crack the whip. Cracking the whip with this guy doesn't help. I had him for issue 2, and I said I wasn't going to use him again, but and I was in the middle of doing it myself. But my mom died, and then my hard drive with my original files uh, got broken. I might be able to get them back when I get some money. But I tried cracking the whip and all that. Unfortunately, I send him a message on Facebook, and then it takes him a week or two to get back to me. So, again, I'm saying it again, after this issue, after 3, no. He's a nice guy and all, but there always seems to be some. Yeah, no good. That's right. Oh, you're probably talking about my hard drive and that. So, I was just, it's like, after the hard drive thing happened, it was like, I was just like, freak it, I'm gonna do it. And he has a really, really, really cheap price. So I figured I'd just go back to him. I asked him whether he could do it in 3 or 4 months, and he said yes, and, still, he hasn't. Hopefully we can get things so they're maybe out by June. I can do a crowdfunding by June. But the great thing is, I've already got 6 or 7 pages of Dillard done, Snowdrift 2 done, so, and Dillard's the artist on that, so, as long as I have the money, that will be done really fast. And actually, since he's done Patriot now, I've actually got him on doing some page. I've got some pages already paid for to be done, so those will be done maybe soon. Bringing me up to like only needing about 7 more pages done by Dillard. So. on that, but that's a little bit of money. That's probably more money than this guy's gonna cost for the whole book. Those last 7 pages. Okay, let's see. John, and not Dillard. But I would love to have the book out, like I said, earlier than June, but I think June is the best date to think of at this point. And once I know this is done and Dillard's all paid up, I will begin have another book that'll be on the works, and I've got two other books myself that I'm drawing up. Lesser known Bible stories, as you saw Monday, which I'll, and Insecto One, which I'll be back tomorrow doing. Uh, yeah, and then I got Alpha Proto on an ash can for the Canadian Shield, a 4 page ash can. Do you find it better to work on multiple things at once versus focusing on single one? Um, well, I was trying to focus on just doing Canadian Shield 3, um, and I didn't mind doing that, but this guy is taking so long. My life is up and thinking. I wanted some channel content. That's why I've decided to work on the other projects. Uh, the Insecto one that I'm doing on Saturdays. That okay. Why is that not showing? But the Insecto one that I'm working on Saturday, it's a far off. It's I'm just doing it because I'd like to be the one that does that stuff, and it is a far off, somewhat far off. Like I have like 6 or 7. It's like a seventh crowdfunding down the road, doing books individually. Um, I've just some of it is it's not so much I'm doing it at once. I was trying to do Canadian Shield 3, Snowdrift 2, and Flame 1 sort of at once. Although different people on those projects, so like a Marvel, DC, they've got Superman, Batman, Flash, but somewhat of a different team on each book. Um, Although I'm on each book as couple coloring. Um, it is probably better to work on one at a time. Well, it depends if it's the one team or multiple teams. Um, if you got multiple teams that you can deal with, it's probably all right to do it. I can keep things straight. Otherwise, okay. So I don't know why this is not letting me color over that. We need another layer here anyways. So I probably didn't answer your question. Um, I guess it depends on, I would say, how soon you want each project done. Whether it's better to work on multiple or thing. Like, again, with the lesser known Bible stories, if it there's no real timeline on that for getting it done. Again, it was just something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm not sure whether I explained it or whether you've heard it explained. Um, yeah, I'm not sure whether you've heard of this. The 24-hour comic day challenge. Basically, doing a 24-page comic in 24 hours. And so but yeah, anyways, I had come up with the script for the lesser known Bible stories for it, um, just before my mom died, and well, uh, didn't feel like a good time doing it, and got busy for a couple other things, and like going down to John's and then Comic Con here, so unfortunately it just got passed up me doing that. The 24-hour page comic in 24 hours. Um, and just, a few couple months ago, I decided, hey, let's just do it as a project live here on my channel. So some of the projects that I'm on is just to create content for the channel. And like I said, it's a challenge that I heard about through a friend, and there's a website or a Discord for it and all that. It's probably it probably would have turned out differently in doing that for sure. Uh, yeah, that is definitely a big thing. 24 pages in 24 hours. Like a page an hour, basically. Okay, so we need to get his chair color from here, which is that. So obviously, I haven't done that. I might come up with a script to try and do that this year. And that's supposed to be, I think, at the beginning of October. So I'd like to do that. Me and a couple friends were going to try and do it together. Almost try and stream it too, live. Could you imagine a 24-hour stream? Okay, so Yeah, a fun challenge for sure. Yeah. Um, well, I might still do the lesson known Bible stories, but I might do different um, stories, obviously. My one buddy's tried it a couple times and never completed it. I think he's completed the comics that he's tried, but he never completed them in the 24 hours. I and I don't really expect to actually do it. Yes, I would say for sure prepping a script beforehand. I know I hear. I think I've read. Well, I'm not sure the. Yeah, the like I had the I guess a rough script ready. Basically what I'm using now. Like I went through the stuff for Judges that I'm using now. Judges chapter 3 verses 7 to the end of chapter 3, which is verse 31. Well, I had originally started with the story of Ehud. It wasn't enough pages for 24 pages, so then I added on, I think, Othniel and then Shamgar, you know, give myself a rough idea. There's not really a lot. It's not dialogue heavy, just because it's a scripture, right? You go based off the scripture. You might add in the the little dialogue here, extra dialogue, or whatever you want to say. I think we were discussing last week, one of the last times. I was on about whether I was doing it, whether I was doing giving how much artistic license I was putting into it. Okay, so there's John. Let's get back to the Canadian Shield here. Yeah. But I think there are some people that come up with the script on the fly too, because I think I've seen part of it. You're not. I guess it depends on who you ask whether you're supposed to have the script beforehand. Like when I first heard about it, these are questions I was asking. Can you have a script beforehand? Blah 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 blah. You know, because I was definitely okay. What are supposed to be the rules? Keep it up. Great work. Time for me to go to work. Okay, yeah, you too. Hopefully, maybe see you tomorrow morning when I'm doing Insecto. Thanks for stopping by. Just make sure to hit that like and share out if you can before you leave, if you hear me. Try and get that algorithm working for me. Okay, I guess this should be foreground. Well, okay, so now we should need shield red. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's go back up here. We need to get the couch. Color. Okay, so try the bars. Okay, so that's okay. So there we go. Okay, There we go. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Or you know what? Control Y. I can just. Now, part of this is not showing because of the white on his thing, but once I can remove that in a different thing later on. When I get trying, when I go to do everything exact, getting all the there we go. Panel 5. Panel 4. Or panel 6. Okay, guess we do skin first here. There we go. Shield red. There we go. Okay, so I guess we'll go up to page panel 1 and crap. Put the hair color on the wrong layer. Okay, so okay, let's see. Let's get that down a little or a lot. Get the blue out of there. Grab the blue. Put it in where it needs to be put in. There we go. Let's see. Well, that pillow should be a different color, but there's a lot of things that looks like I need to straighten up at some point in this. Okay, let's put that full. Let's get the skin done and then we can add in the eyes. we go. Do, 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 do. So add a layer here. We're gonna make okay, so green, okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so there we go. There, that looks good. There we go. Okay, now let's go over, finish the hand. We're obviously gonna have to do some playing with things like this belt buckle is slightly wrong. I noticed. It's a double belt buckle, and it's more because it was put in wrong. It's put in as an oval when it's supposed to be just a circle. Okay, so let's do our green that we do normally do for a background. I want right out of there. And I'm gonna take out the background at the moment, that way I can see where the white is not quite coming through right on this. It's gonna be there we go. Had a couple good conversations today. We're not quite done. We got just under half an hour to go. Okay. Do I want that color? Okay. Saving it. Okay, so between this week and next week, I'm gonna add. Tell you that leg looks so much bigger than that one. Looks a little disproportionate, if you ask me. I'll have to. If anybody's watching at this point, does this leg that's closer to the outside, closer to the hand that's on the rest, does it look disproportionate to the rest of the Canadian Shield? In your opinion, if you're watching this, should I be shrinking that a little bit? Anyways, I think I'm gonna end here. We're just shy of the 2 hour mark. But this panel is, well, except for shading and lighting, pretty much done. Although I do have to add the top of a coffee table there, and then next week also I have to finish up the shield in panel 4 properly. Try and mimic this guy's style in certain ways, but I don't think it's going to, unfortunately. And get a couch in there as well, lines for a couch, so that can be colored. So as long as that stuff's done by next week, we'll color the coffee table in the first panel to begin with, and then we do the next two panels. I'm sure next week we'll get those two panels done, because there's not much to them. We might even get the fourth panel done and started on the fifth, hopefully. So, yeah, I guess that's about it for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been great having you here. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the show, although there was a lot of silence. But we did get some talking. So, yeah, bye for now. God bless. Hopefully, see you tomorrow morning when we're doing